Hello everybody. Tonight against the New York Knicks, Steph Curry managed to break the record for career number of three-pointers made, which had clearly been weighing on him and the team. And on the one hand, it's a little weird because you figure he's definitely going to break this record eventually, so why even worry about it? Clearly it was quite a big deal for him, and he was quite emotional after Steph started off the game, guns blazing. We got the sense that he was just going to shoot his way to this record and get it over with. The Warriors are just attacking fast in this play. We've seen this play so many times before. Draymond Green sets a quick screen in the early attack. Julius Randle's playing way back. He's just not locked into what needs to happen. And so Steph will take this screen. And it's the year 2021, so I don't think there's an excuse for Randle to be this far off of Steph. I think back in 2015 when Steph became MVP 2.0, that maybe people weren't ready for him to just be freely firing from this far behind the three-point line, but by now, people have game planned this. Anyway, this is lots and lots of space for Steph. There's the record-tying three-pointer right away at the beginning of the game. Nice. The actual record-breaking three was a real play, and it's a play that if you've watched any of my videos before, you should be very familiar with, so I'm going to let it run for a second. The ball runs across the top. In the meantime, Steph Curry comes all the way in and sets this cross screen for Andrew Wiggins. Now he can go two ways. He can go across and just post up over here, or he can zipper up and get a down screen. So he has two ways to go with this head tap play, and this is the most common play the Warriors run for Andrew Wiggins. Here's Steph setting the cross screen. Wiggins is going to go over the screen and post up. I like after Steph sets this cross screen, he's going to start walking around very slowly. He's got this whole, I am a weary man. You would not believe the things I've seen, and now all these memories will be gone like tears in the rain. And he's just acting so old. And then suddenly, oh, look, he's refreshed and brand new again. So Steph is now zippering up to the top. The Warriors, in their own way, have been force-feeding Steph. As you know very well, Steph is usually the number one perpetrator of force feeding other players when they get hot or they're near records. And now the Warriors team has been trying to return the favor for Steph. Usually during Wiggins' head tap, he really sees it as his time to just bring out the bag and show everyone what he's got. He's just going to cook up something special. But unusually, he's actually going to pass out of the post because, it's a special occasion. And there he goes. And Steph just catches it and no conscience just launches it. And this is not a bad contest from ex-Warrior Alec Burks, but he's going to be too late. And Steph is pretty psyched to have the pressure off finally. So even though we got the record out of the way, the teams decided to play the whole rest of the basketball game, and it was a good game. The Warriors had a small lead fourth quarter, and it was time to pull out a couple of structured plays. Wiggins has the ball, but Draymond Green is going to be the one to signal the play. And he's going to walk over here, and let's see if you can tell what play he's going to signal. That's nice and clear. Finally, the video I've been using before to demonstrate head tap has been Brad Wanamaker calling head tap, and I guess that triggers some Warriors fans. So it's nice to have a video of Draymond calling head tap. Okay, so this is head tap again. The ball's going to swing across. The small comes over and sets a cross screen for Andrew Wiggins, who's parked right on this low post. He can come across and take the post up, which is what happened last time, for the record breaker, or he can zipper up. Amusingly, Poole comes over to set this cross screen. The defender does not want to be screened, so he actually scoots his butt out of the way to avoid getting screened. So Poole is just going, well, I'm trying to screen you, but you're just running away from the play. So Wiggins says, let's just do this anyway. So Poole just does his best to get in the way, and Wiggins is going to cut this way, but then cross the lane. So Poole does eventually end up getting a pretty solid screen here. He's a Steph disciple, so he believes in getting solid screens. Wiggins is going to cut across the lane. And there's the post up. Because the small Poole is setting the screen, his small defender tends to be the one who switches onto Wiggins. So that's a good feature of the head tap play. And now it's just Wiggins backing down a small. That forces this help to rotate. Wiggins goes for a very awkward looking shot here, but he gets the foul. Another successful application of head tap. This play looks like the Warriors wanted to set up head tap again. We have the three across the top. We have Wiggins posting up here on the low block and Poole ready to set the cross screen. But this time the Knicks, for whatever reason in transition, I believe they just picked up whoever they could, and Derrick Rose is already guarding Wiggins, which is already the best post-up matchup that you could want. Draymond is here, Jordan Poole is here, and he's saying, man, do I really have to set the screen? We've already got the matchup we want, and you'll see him flick his arm saying, look, just throw it to Wiggins, forget the rest of head tap. There. Yeah, he flicked with his right hand, and he just did a little flick with his left hand saying, look, just throw it to him. And so Draymond tosses it up. That's pretty high, but Wiggins makes a nice catch. And now he's posting up Derrick Rose, and they still have Wiggins being guarded by Derrick Rose, so they'll take this. So Wiggins isos Rose again. Wiggins gets by Rose. Rose does try to hang with him, but we do have a rotation. Since Kevin Knox rotated, Looney is cutting behind the rotator, which makes Miles McBride want to step in and rotate. McBride comes all the way in to try to harass Looney for this little drop-off. Wiggins, as he's falling out of bounds, makes a very nice read. Here's Jordan Poole volunteering as tribute because we've got 3-on-2 Knicks over here, so there's 3 Warriors with 2 Knicks guarding them over here. Wiggins guns the ball out. Alert rotation by Randle, but there's still a fundamental problem with the Knicks defense here. So now we have 1 man guarding 2. Poole swings it over really fast, and Draymond forces this defender to make a decision because he knows it's 2-on-1. So he says, I'm going to drive, and I'm going to force this defender to guard me. You know, if they could have had it back, maybe they would have just had one of these guys step up to meet Draymond and let this guy stay next to the three-point threat and say, go ahead, Draymond, go finish over us. But the defense rotates instead. The second Alec Burks comes into Draymond. He knows that he's got completely open Damian Lee, who has, to be frank, looked totally sleep deprived ever since he had his baby, and I think he's either turned down 3-pointers or he's just missed them. But the Warriors trust him on this play, and feels good. As soon as Damian hits this, he arms up and says, thank you, Lord, for blessing me at long last with the 3. There he is, hallelujah. And Steph Curry's on the sideline here. He sees the whole play unfolding, and he's got the weight of the world off his shoulders finally, with the record being broken, and then seeing Damian break his slump. Here he is waiting, watching the ball going up, and yes, it's in, and 5-year-old dance mode. Let's do it. Here's Steph checking in for Damian. I think he would have been psyched for Damian, even if he wasn't his co-brother-in-law, but, you know, it makes it all extra special. This is very nice. Steve Kerr realizes that Damian Lee has been struggling, and a lot of Warriors fans demanded that Damian Lee be traded or fired from the team, and Kerr made a pretty gutsy player call to play Damian Lee in serious crunch time. This is crunch time here, and it probably feels good for Damian to know that Steve Kerr trusts him like that. One last bonus play. This is the play right after Damian Lee checks out. Steph enters the ball to the side. I'm going to let the play run a little bit, and let's see if you can figure out what play it is. I hope you've started to get the pattern by now. So the ball reverses across the 3 on the top. The small, in this case Steph, comes over, sets a cross screen for Andrew Wiggins, who can take it across or zipper up. This is head tap. I think the Knicks is starting to recognize it. Steph Curry coming over and setting this cross screen, and he starts moving in anticipation of this screen, but Steph immediately slips the screen. So this is pretty similar to the record-breaking play, and Steph's man, Miles McBride, here turns his head, and so Steph just sprints to the top. He's not even going to wait for Looney to come and set this down screen, because it's not necessary, because he completely loses his man. McBride feels like he has to rotate to stop Green's drive. I don't know, Randle looked like he had this under control. But anyway, McBride rotates to double team Draymond. You see how it just sounds silly when you say that. He leaves Steph Curry in order to double team Draymond in the post. So that's, I think, clearly not the right play. Steph is excited to be free and he's bolting over. Kevon Looney is not needed to screen McBride because McBride just took himself out of the play, but he will screen his own man just to prevent this guy from having any ideas of going out to Steph. Steph zooms out. He is really open. Great find from Draymond. He was reading this the whole time. Draymond sees all. And that's the game. Let's have a quick peek at how the celebrations are going. Not the formal ones with Ray Allen and Reggie Miller coming out with the jerseys and all that, or hugging Steph's dad and that kind of thing. Like, those are all beautiful or formal, but this is down in the trenches here. Here's the bench celebrating. So we've got Juan Toscano Anderson with his traditional rootin' tootin', I'm a three-point shooting Yosemite Sam going. Nice. Moses Moody here seems to have adopted Sean Livingston's 3 shotgun. So he's got the OK3 up here, but then he's using his left arm to reload the 3 shotgun. Nice. Okay, 2-sided shotguns. This is a very elegant, simple, I respect the 3 celebration over here. And Bielitz is not even putting up the fingers. He seems to be just celebrating with the second row.